Hey, what's up YouTube? It is Captain Shock here. Today, I'm bringing you some solo gameplay on the map Retaliation. Now, this is going to be more of an advanced lesson today. So all those with higher KDs and who've been improving and increasing their stats by watching my videos and learning and putting it into practice, this is meant for you, and the others can just watch it as well and understand it for the future when they improve as well. Now, it was just one of those days where I just relaxed. I'm just playing here, trying to level up, having a nice relaxed time, trying to slay some noobs. But of course, the team decides to put one or two players who are actually quite good and really decent players on the enemy team, and they decided to try their small hats out. And of course, this interrupts my relaxation time, right? And this is one of the perpetrators here. He gets headshot off his streak. He was 5-0. So of course, when I realized this, that guy in particular was targeting me, I checked the scoreboard to make sure to confirm what's going on. And you have to do that as well. Always check the scoreboard to get some awareness of which enemy is on a streak and who you need to target yourself. So of course, this guy is Venom. Good player, nothing against him, is just an example for the video. A good player, he sees your stats in the lobby, he wants to challenge you, he wants to prove a point. And of course, you don't prove a point against me because I'm just gonna put several points inside your head and body, and then you will see the main point. So I understood his playstyle straight away. He's a rusher, he's got the SMG, he has to push, right? He has no choice. He's a good player, he knows this. And of course, you see where my teammates are? I knew he would push down here and very rapidly, so I countered his playstyle straight away. So whenever you know someone is targeting you, you have to remember that person and counter attack them back and put a target back on their heads. You need to shut them down, because if you give them a chance, they will come at you, they will take you off your streaks, and they will make you frustrated. I'm not even going 100% here. I'm just gradually warming up and putting some pressure onto him, because usually the players who target you because you have good stats or you seem like a good player, they will come at the start very strong. You can see he was dropping a 7 KD, he's now 7-2. And if you find yourself dying to them a lot, you need to change what you're doing, assess how they are playing and counter it. You need to adapt. That is so important. I've seen so many good players who don't understand what I'm teaching here. You know, they never saw this YouTube or anything, just random good players. They don't adapt to what's going on. They're just set in their way. They're not countering the target who is targeting them, and that's why they fall. That's why they get frustrated about the game and they go and play FIFA. So the key to defeating someone who is targeting you, you first need to understand that they are targeting you, and it does happen. It may sound crazy, but when good players check the lobby leaderboards before the game starts, they're assessing who is a threat to them. And if you're, have a good stats and you seem like a good player, then they will target you. They will tell their friends as well. They will tell their friends who they're playing with to target you as well. Take them out and make the person rage quit. Before, I'm sure some of you have seen that one person keeps killing you a lot of the times in the game when you're playing. And you're thinking, why is this happening? Well, that person could very well be targeting you and you don't realize this. Also, don't underestimate low prestigious. People can make new accounts. They can make second accounts to get better stats. After they practice on their first account, they go and make a second account to see what their new stats can be. So never underestimate your opponents as well. The next thing you have to do as well is keep checking the scoreboard. If you see someone is going on a streak, you need to put a target on that person's head. You need to shut that person down immediately. Don't let that person get a streak, because it's just going to build, it's just going to snowball, and it's just going to be bad for you and your teammates. Next, you need to understand what rig the person is using. If he's using an FTL rig, then you know the chances are, if he's a good player, he's going to be using phase shift and perception. When I mention the FTL rig, I always think about phase shift and perception. Or if I mention the synaptic rig, I'm always talking about propulsion and rewind. Good players, they don't care about the other second traits and payload. We care about the best, and the best for the synaptic, for example, is the propulsion and the rewind. Then you need to understand which weapon they're using and listen out for the songs as well. If they're using an SMG like he is, I know he needs to come close to get those kills. So what am I going to do? I'm going to put some range between us, and I'm going to ambush him and keep him away from me at a suitable distance where my assault rifle can beat his SMG. And you can see at the start of the vid how I trapped him. I made him come to me because I knew he was using an SMG. He needs to close that distance. He needs to close that gap. And what can he do? He needs to rush to close that distance. So of course I'm going to take advantage of that. And he's not adapting. He's just using the same weapon. It's not working for him, but he's just using the same weapon. And a lot of good players, they just stick to what they're doing. They're afraid to step out of their comfort zone. They even have confirmation bias. That's why I always say on this channel, if you want to become elite, if you want to get to that other level, you need to take the red pill. You need to open your mind. You need to drop your arrogance and just listen and try it. Now, you also need to watch the kill cam. The kill cam gives you so much information. It is crazy. You need to watch the kill cam. I know a lot of you guys probably skip the kill cam straight away, but don't skip it. Sometimes you don't have to watch every kill cam, but watch the kill cams of the person who is killing you the most, especially, and then you will get the vital intel of what's he using, what perks he's using, stuff like that, how he's playing. Then you have to ask, is your opponent who is targeting you, is he playing in a party or is he playing solo? And this is very important, because if he's playing in a party, then he's going to be communicating most likely, and he will give the callouts of your position, and they will come after you. You can expect them to come in groups of people. If you kill one person, expect another close by, another around the corner. So you adapt to the situation, and if that keeps happening to you, then use a suppressed weapon. I like to use a suppressed weapon. It's due to my playstyle as well. I like to be behind enemy lines, and I recommend and I teach that type of playstyle. Also, you have to make yourself a low target as possible and keep yourself off the radar. So of course, use ghost, use a suppressor, and flank around. Don't just run through the middle of the map like a madman and expect a good player not to kill you. And this is how I play the game as well. I keep the power positions, I keep them away from the power positions just like that, and make sure it is safe. And look at this amateur. He'll come after me like a zombie and he gets wrecked. Which brings me to the next point. Keep your composure and just destroy them. Outplay them, outthink them, outsmart them. You gotta be juking and jiving. Make yourself a very hard target and make them frustrated. Also, don't camp as well. If you stay in the same position, they will come after you. A good player will know how to counter that, especially if they're using phase shift. They'll just walk straight in phase shift and then destroy you. So don't camp, you know, change it up, move away, and reposition. Now, you're a good player, so of course you need to pre-aim more. You need to be disciplined because your team is relying on you. This game, they will match you with very low skilled teammates, so you have to be able to handle that pressure. And it is a bit of a pressure on you because sometimes the game is very close. You can see I'm just using streaks on them and the game is still quite close. And the final thing is to use your teammates as an indication of where the enemy can potentially be, the person who's targeting you. Especially look out for the death skulls, because that gives a lot of information and you will destroy them by following these steps. He targeted me, but then he got countered attacked himself. The hunter became the hunted. 68 kill TDM. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Please leave a like if you did. Please share the videos if you want to see me grow. Thank you again so much for sharing the videos. Much appreciated. And do subscribe if you haven't already. More useful videos to come. Take care. Bye.
Objectives met.